What do you think was the biggest cultural difference between Hong Kong and Taiwan?
The biggest one is efficiency. This is not bashing on Taiwan, right?
In the state, you can just stare.
When people ask me like, where are you from? I say, oh, I'm from Virginia. They're like, yeah, but where are you really from? I'm like, all right.
Hello， 大家好，我是阿官。我今天邀请到在台湾认识的一个混血儿朋友，所以今天要问他一些有关在台湾的文化冲击。Her name is Danny. So Danny, could you please briefly introduce yourself?
My name is Danny. 或者我的中文名字是凯威，可是我们需要讲英文。My name is Danny, and I'm half American, half Taiwanese, and I grew up in Hong Kong. Born in America, but left when I was 2. Left to Taiwan from 2 to 4 years old. I was in Taiwan. And then at 4 years old, moved to Hong Kong. And then didn't leave Hong Kong until I went to study in the States when I was like 18. A lot of back and forth between America and Hong Kong, trying to figure out like where I wanted to be. For a couple of years now, I'm in Taiwan, where I studied like a master's degree in art, and now I'm working here full time.
Which country do you think you like more?
That is a really tough question. It depends on what. Like, is it food?
Okay, food first.
Food is also a tough one because you got Hong Kong and you got Taiwan, and I know they're both Chinese, but they're different. There's like dim sum, and then there's like, you know,
So you like
food.
Chinese food the most?
Oh, Chinese food, 100%. I can't live without Chinese food.
Burger or dim sum?
Okay, so the one American food that I absolutely love is burgers.
Oh, I asked a good question.
I would still have to choose dim sum.
Burger or 挂包? You know what is 挂包?
Yeah, okay, fine, burger.
Burger. Okay, 挂包 lost. What do you think are the biggest cultural differences between the United States, Hong Kong, and Taiwan?
Family structure, respect the elders. American society is more individualistic. I've really noticed how Asian society is very introverted and US society is very extroverted.
What do you think was the biggest cultural differences between Hong Kong and Taiwan?
Oh my God, so many, but the biggest one is efficiency. Hong Kong, in the whole world, okay? This is not bashing on Taiwan. I love Taiwan. They get things done really quickly. Also, like lunchtime, people in Hong Kong, they work through lunch. There's always someone on like the counter at lunchtime. But in Taiwan, lunch is sacred and everyone is off. Like you can expect between 12 to 2, like maybe don't call a company because they'll probably be at lunch.
Yeah, or taking a nap.
Which like isn't a bad thing. It's just, you know, it's actually great that Taiwan, that allows people to take a nap in the middle of the day. I think that's great. In America, you can't do that. When I was working in America, there was this Chinese intern at lunchtime, always turn off the lights and put her head down and take a nap. And people would walk by and look and I'd be like, I understood it, but like, you know, everyone was looking at her like, why is she doing that? But she was a great worker. I mean, she took a nap.
Yeah, the thing I cannot get used to the most is like in Europe company, they also don't take a nap during the noon break. That's so weird. We do it when we were at school. So until right now, we got used to that.
Yeah, taking a nap is fine. Like 20 minutes, totally fine.
When you first moved to Taiwan, the state, do you encounter any culture shock?
Oh, so many. Everything from the language, because I went to an English international school. The words that was taught, spelling color, like Americans spell it C-O-L-O-R. I spell it C-O-L-O-U-R. I remember this one time I was in art class. I asked the girl next to me, and the class was really quiet because we're all drawing, right? I asked her, hey, can I borrow your rubber? And she goes, what? And I said, can I borrow your rubber? She's like, what do you mean? I was like, your rubber. Your eraser. And she was like, oh, all right. Do you know what a rubber means in America?
No.
It's a condom.
Oh, because the material.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so.
But how old were you? How come the little girl would know the rubber means condom?
18. And honestly,
18, okay.
Yeah, you should know. This was another one. Like, I remember being on the train station. This guy had really nice hair. And I was just staring at him. And he just looks at me and goes, what? And I realized, oh, I'm staring at someone. You can't do that there, right?
In the state, you can't stare?
In America, you can't stare. People will look at you and be like, what do you want, right?
But you can start to like make some compliments.
Yeah, you can start having conversation. I just came from Asia and like people stare there all the time. And when you say what, you automatically look away like you did something wrong, which, you know, I did. I was like, oh, yeah. Yeah.
Are there any behaviors that are normal in one country but would be misunderstood in another?
Staring.
Yeah, like what?
Another one might be bowing. Like, I found I often do a bow. Like, you know, when they say hi, I'm like, hey. You know, Thank you, thank you.
So Japanese.
But you know, Taiwanese do that too. Oh, 谢谢阿姨，谢谢阿姨。
One of my friends, he always do like this. And I say, that's not from Taiwan, that's from like Thailand.
Yeah. I don't do
do
that.
that in the temple.
I don't do that. If I do put my hands together, it's always put my hands just like, you know, tightly to my like stomach or like whatever, and I just go like that.
And in America, they don't say, thank you.
No.
That would be so weird.
No, it's super weird if you do that.
It's true.
In America, it's very direct. All right, thanks.
No, they do like that.
That's right.
Yeah.
I do that when I'm in America. I go, thanks. All right, thanks. See you later.
Bye.
Oh, that's so great. I love that. Yeah, that's right.
What are the differences in making friends in those three countries?
In America, it's totally fine. Like, I remember I would, and I still do, even with people here, go up to people and just be like, hey, I'm Danny. And that's like my thing. I'm very like forward, right?
Yeah.
And it's still do that here.
Yeah.
Right? It is easier because I'm half white. They can accept it more if I go up to them and say hi. But I think if I was fully Asian and I went up to them and be, hey, I'm Danny, like it would be a little bit too much.
Like, what do you want? You want to sell me something?
Yeah. With here, I do change it a little bit. I am more quiet and reserved, and we're sitting next to each other. And there's like no one else can hear us around. Then I do that. Hong Kong is like a mix. It's always kind of hard to still introduce yourself because everyone's already has their group of friends because you'll grow up in a specific school maybe, or you grow up together. Kind of hard to like introduce yourself sometimes.
Okay.
A lot of times I feel like I have to be introduced by someone else.
Yeah, I think it's the same like in Netherlands. Like, if I want to make friends, but they always have their old friend from their childhood, and it's hard to just meet Dutch people like as friends.
Yeah.
Or they will not be so close to you. Like they don't see you as their good friend, just like some person I know. That's it.
So like in the Netherlands, are they more extroverted or introverted?
In the middle.
In the middle. Ooh, that's kind of hard to tell. How do you know?
It's between German and American.
Oh. Yeah, German is very reserved and American's very loud and like, okay, all right.
Have you ever felt like you are not local enough or don't belong anywhere sometimes?
Definitely. To the point now where it's become like a normal feeling. My other third culture kid or expat friends would say the same thing. And honestly, the only place that I really feel like at home at is in Hong Kong. Being mixed in Taiwan as opposed to being mixed in Hong Kong is so different. Like people there have been mixing for like hundreds, like so long. Like, and it's so normal to have someone like me there. But in Taiwan, it's not. And same for America. In America, I'm immediately Asian.
Yeah.
When people ask me like, where are you from? I say, oh, I'm from Virginia. They're like, no, but where are you really from? I'm like, all right, fine. If you want me to go into my whole history. And I do feel it, but I feel it less and less now. I behave like a different way, like culturally, but like the way, my personality kind of changes a little bit to like, you know, blend, to adapt.
Yeah.
And then the same thing in America, it changes a little bit too. Same thing for Hong Kong friends. So I always change a little bit. And before, when I was younger, I found that very annoying. And I felt like, why should I change? Like, why do I have to be the one that's like, I'm not Asian enough, I'm not white enough, I'm not like this enough? But honestly, at the end of the day, it's pretty cool that I'm mixed. So I just have to adapt a little bit. And it does make my heart ache sometimes when I'm like too much in one society as opposed to another. So I have to like sometimes switch off and go find the other society for a little bit and find that connection there, because I am a little bit of all three for me, like Hong Kong, Taiwan, and America. I'm definitely all three. It's not just about cultural identity. It's about life, right? You have to adapt a little bit to your surroundings. Like you're walking on a certain path, whatever the journey is, you're going to have rocks in the road. It's always going to be a little bit bumpy. So you do have to adapt a little bit. Getting a little tolerance to discomfort is normal, and just learning how to navigate that. It's all learning experience.
Where do you think people are the most welcoming, polite, direct?
This is a tough question. I think Taiwanese people are the nicest.
The nicest.
Definitely the nicest. They're always willing to help. Hong Kong is not known to be the nicest, but they actually are quite nice. Like, they might seem really rough in the way they speak. They're actually quite nice. You just have to, like, you know, talk to them more, get to know them more. I do find Americans, maybe they might be the most welcoming. Direct? Maybe the Hong Kongese.
How direct they are.
I don't know, sometimes my aunties say I've gained weight.
Your auntie's from Hong Kong?
Just like, you know, mom's friends and like stuff like that. Sometimes they say I've lost weight. I guess you could say Americans are pretty direct too, more direct than Asian. Less polite about saying yes or no. Asians might be a little bit like shy about saying no maybe. Difficult question, and it really depends on the circumstance.
Yeah, that's true.
And the person.
That's true.
Yeah.
When you were a child, did you feel special or troubled by your mixed race identity?
I don't think I really understood that I was mixed until like maybe 8, 9, or 10. Because you don't really think about it. If you grow up with an Asian mom and a white dad, they both look different, but it doesn't really matter to you.
Wow.
Yeah, it only matters to you once you get old enough to look around and realize like, oh, they're different. But you know, what was great about growing up in Hong Kong, and I've asked my like mixed friends about this, is that Hong Kong doesn't really care so much because there's so many mixed people there. I really do think that growing up in Hong Kong made it more normal.
Yeah.
And made it more like okay and less like special, which I think was actually quite good. So like when I come to Taiwan, I always felt a little bit different. And like I asked my other mixed race friends and they're like, no, they don't really have that big of a deal. I remember having cultural identity issues, but it only lasted for a little bit.
Have you ever been misunderstood, labeled, or had an interesting misunderstanding?
Labeled for sure. You know, in Asian society, I'm the white girl. In white society, I'm the Asian girl. I always felt like really annoyed. Why am I just one? Why do I have to only be one? Why am I always the other? I later on realized it's actually kind of great. If I'm in Asian society and I say something that isn't like right or like culturally acceptable, I'm like, oh, I'm just white. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, you can be both. That's nice.
It can be quite annoying. Like I remember when I was in my 20s, I really hated it. Like singing karaoke with my Hong Kong friends, they just be like, oh yeah, Danny, that white girl over there. I'm like, so annoying. And then someone said to me like, you can't say that because you're not Chinese. And I'm like, what? What? I was so offended. But honestly, now I'm just like, you know what? It doesn't really matter. Okay, if you want to say that, it's fine. I'm really comfortable in it, which I'm really doing this interview and realize how grateful I am.
In these 3 places, what you miss the most? Like food, cultural, friends, anything?
For America, this is a really weird answer, but I miss the smell. Because in Asia, it's more humid.
Yeah.
And so like the smell can sometimes be overwhelming.
That's true.
And it's not as crisp. But in America, even in wet places or more humid places, it's still more crisp. And I miss that. So every time I get off the plane, I always take a deep breath. And I know it's a really weird answer, but it's one of the things that I definitely miss. And I miss the dream, right? In California and just living by the beach with the nice breezy air, 25 degrees Celsius all the time. Asia is so hot. I've lived here my entire life. It's always hot here. In Hong Kong, I miss the convenience of everything, how efficient everything is, of the way people talk to me. I miss the food, communities that I had. And in Taiwan though, I really do I'm comfortable here. It's easy to live here. People are really nice. If I leave Taiwan, I will miss the food so much. I just will. I will miss the food so much.
What do you miss the most?
麻辣臭豆腐. The 火锅 here, it's also like a 炒饭. There's so much of food here, it's just so good. Everything from like the seafood, like 蛤蟆汤, 芋头饽饽,
哪里买得到芋头饽饽?
清源. I love that so much. It's my favorite dessert. Or 绿豆汤. Oh, 绿豆汤.
You really have like Taiwanese stomach.
I do, and I love Taiwanese dessert. I love 豆花.
What's one thing about Taiwan that you really didn't understand at first, but now it's okay for you?
I feel like there's a lot of things to get used to because when I first moved here, I thought that Taiwan was going to be very similar to Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Which it's just not. There's so many different things. But I think one thing, I've talked about this with you before, is like boundaries. They want to help all the time.
Yeah.
And sometimes that can be a little bit overwhelming because maybe you asked a question, but then they continue walking with you and continue wanting to help you.
Yeah.
And at first it's like a little bit like, why are you doing that? It's like scary, like why are you following me? But after a while you realize that they're just trying to be helpful. Also like 省钱. Even at McDonald's I'd be like, I want like a burger. And they'd be like, if you get 套餐, it's 省钱. Taiwanese always want to help you save money.
That's true.
At the beginning,
cheaper way.
Yeah. At the beginning I was like, no, I just want a burger. But then afterwards, I realized which one's 比较划算.
If you were asked to choose a place to settle down, where would you choose and why?
That is a tough question to answer because I'm still thinking about it. My dream, like I told you, was always America. But now I feel like when I'm in America, I miss Asia more than I miss America when I'm in Asia. So
That's
like,
tough.
I miss Asia and I feel quite Asian. Even though, I mean, my language ability is not 100%, but I still I spent most of my life in Asia.
Or you can live both. like half year there, half year here.
Wouldn't that be the dream?
Yeah, it is my dream.
Yeah, it would be the dream to win the lottery and so I could just buy houses in both places and that would be it.
Yeah, we're making money everywhere and you can choose wherever you want to live.
Yeah.
You don't have to settle down anywhere.
I would love that. That'd be amazing.
If someone experiencing culture identity confusion, what advice would you give?
I think the best advice is to be open to the fact that you are always changing a little bit and adapting, being open to these changes, being able to tolerate these changes. And then also understand that some people are going to say stuff like, you're not Asian enough, you're not white enough, you're not whatever enough. And just understand that they're going to say that. At least in yourself, accept like what you think you are and like accept and validate yourself and be like, I'm comfortable with that. I am confident in who I am. It doesn't matter what they say. You're not alone in that. You know, just like the journey of life. Everyone's going through it.
Yeah, just get used to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So thank you today, Danny.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, if you have any question, I will put her Instagram here. You can follow her. And she's also an artist.
I am. Yeah, thank you for remembering.
Yeah, she has very good painting, so you can just check on her bio.
Yeah. Check out my bio. Has a link to my like art profile. But take a look. Thank you.
Okay, so 谢谢。喜欢这影片的话，欢迎订阅、留言、分享。See you. Bye bye.